The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting groups. If you'd like to produce a show, call us at 260-421-1250.
Let me be your lighthouse so I can show you the way. Let me be your shining light, I'll keep you from drifting away. I'm the one that makes you try.
Hi, hello, this is Patty Hunter of Patty's Page. This is my guest, my special guest who's beside me is Michael Floyd of Windsong Pictures. Welcome to my show.
Well, it's good to be here, Patty.
Hi, I know, it's so good. When did I first meet you?
Probably at the International Windsong Film Festival
Yes.
in March of 2014.
So it's just recent, March, April, just 2 months.
Couple of months ago.
A couple months ago. Oh, that went well.
It did go well.
Yes.
Did well. We were at IPFW University at that time.
Were you for 2 days?
2 days.
2 days. And there's something coming up next weekend. This won't be aired until...
Well, we have two film
Ongoing.
festivals that we run every year. One is the International Windsong Film Festival, which has traditionally been in March for about the last 11, 12 years. And then we have the Windsong National Student Film Festival for students in elementary, middle school, and high school, where we have entries from various parts of the country, including Fort Wayne and other parts of Indiana. And we do that in May, and it's a great chance to honor and recognize some very gifted upcoming cinephiles.
Is this just one day?
That's one day. The
Not
student
2 days.
festival is one day.
And we're going to miss it. This won't be aired until after the 10th of May. But tell me about yourself. Where were you born then?
I was almost born in the middle of a mud puddle in Indianapolis,
Oh.
Indiana. I really was. It was.
You were a frog
There was
type?
this, as I understand it, my parents tell me, there was an underpass and it was flooded, and my father was speeding to the hospital and ran into this water puddle. But at any rate, I got to St. Francis Hospital, and here I am, a number of years later. Just a couple anyway, yeah.
So you were born
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. That's cool. When did you, where did you go to school when you were growing up?
Well, I went various places, but...
You moved around, you mean?
We lived in Indianapolis for about 3 years. My father was finishing pharmacy school after World War II.
Oh.
That's what I started school and pharmacy school, by the way, at Butler University, yes. Later on, my father was a pharmacist. That's where I learned how to count, when you're counting pills. So my dad taught me how to count. But we're in Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
And I started at St. Jude's Catholic School, and then I was at St. Charles Catholic School, and then I was at Central Catholic High School downtown, which is now a parking lot.
Right.
Across from the Grile and Anthus. And then I was at Indiana University, and I was at Marquette University, and I was at St. Francis, University of St. Francis.
You've been around.
And I was at Central Michigan University and IPUI. Is that enough?
For starters.
Okay, all right.
What was your major in all these universities and colleges and all?
My major was girls. No. Sorry, I've been married 46 years. Sorry.
Dang.
Not really.
I got a live one.
Actually, I hung around smart girls because they help with homework, right? See?
betcha.
That's important.
I'm telling.
I majored undergrad. I had two majors. One was English, and the other one was history, social studies, and education along with that. And then I went to educational administration beyond that. And then I also had a background in marketing.
Very good. Who was your mentor as you were growing up?
My mentor.
Who influenced you?
My parents had a big influence on me, and my mother was a multitasker supreme.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's where I get my multitasking. This morning, for example, at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm working on 3 computers at the same time. It's just a lot of work to get done, so use 3 at the same time. But when I was in high school, I was a shy country kid. I was a farm boy, you know. And my mentor was Tom Cale, Thomas L. Cale. And he heard this voice that I have, you know, and he says, you should be an actor, and got me involved in speech and debate and acting on stage, and away I went from there. So he really instilled a lot of confidence, helped instill confidence in me.
Do you sing?
And Windsong Pictures probably wouldn't be here if it
Pictures.
hadn't
Let's
been,
talk about Windsong
been
Pictures.
for Tom Cale. And your question was, do I sing? Yes, I sing.
Oy vey.
Oh, okay.
But you have a nice voice. You do
Thanks.
sing. Do you have CDs out or anything like that? Or
No, I don't have enough
is
money
this
to have CDs. Oh, you're talking about, I was thinking certificate deposit.
Hello.
You're thinking music.
Yeah.
No, I've never recorded CDs. I used to play professionally
Oh, what
in
genre?
my college days and beyond. And my heyday was folk music day.
Like Gordon Lightfoot?
The hootenannies and coffee houses and all that sort of thing.
Oh.
John Denver, Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Oh, yeah.
And the
You get there.
it was not a senior moment, folks. It really wasn't.
I have senior moments like you wouldn't believe. I'm going to be 62 in a couple of days.
Youngster.
Youngster, okay. When you first started.
Kingston Trio. There it was.
Anyways, when you first started to get together with your partner for Windsong's Pictures, who was it?
It started when I brought my Michigan map with me.
Mm-hmm.
I was teaching up here in Rogers City, Michigan.
Yeah,
Here's Mackinac City, Rogers City, Alpena is down over here.
right.
And I was teaching there, and in 1971 I had a student named Bob Parsons. He was a freshman at the time, and we started a newspaper in Rogers City High School. They had one years ago and it kind of fallen by the wayside. So we got one going, and we won some awards. And we always talked about we should be making movies. Before all my experience had been staged, I had been to California, I had been to Universal Studios and things like that. So we started in 1975 when Bob was a senior.
Oh,
And we took the football camera, which was a black and white 8mm camera,
Yeah.
and we made this Snidely Whiplash film, where this poor damsel in distress is going to the library, you know, and this gnarly guy jumps out from behind the bush, and he's got the handlebar mustache, the black hat, and the black cape, and he kidnaps her, you know, and takes her off.
oh my goodness.
And there's a mild-mannered librarian. At the time, there was a television show called The $6 Million Man. So this was called The Adventures of the 6 Cent Man. The 6 Cent Man couldn't do anything right, but to transform from his mild-mannered librarian nature into this superhero, he would jump into a trash can and pop out with a T-shirt that said 6 Cent and had a little cape on it. And so he's dashing off down. His name was Bill Elliott, the star, and he was the state cross-country and a track champion for the state of Michigan in 1975, so he could run a lot. And we ran him. We ran his legs right off. And the bad guy was Bill Shoemate. But at any rate, that's where we started, The Adventure of the 6 Cent Man. And it's a black and white film for audio. The camera didn't have audio. We had the old reel-to-reel tape recorder.
Oh,
If you can remember this, we know
I
how old you
remember,
are.
I
At any
remember.
rate, so, and when we played this film, it was films. You had to cut, tape things together. Bob would keep his finger on the reel to slow it down or speed it up according to the barometric pressure at the time, you see. And Rogers City is a town of about 5,000 people, and a lot of people came out to see it at 25 cents a pop, and that's how we got started. You know, we raised a little bit of money, got some equipment, and we've been running since. Yeah.
where have you been running? Who else is in your team for on the staff? Do you know?
Oh my gosh, how much time do we have here?
I know Steve Manning.
Stephen Manning. Stephen Manning is a wonderful person. We've been together a good number of years. My sister Patty is involved. Dave Roser is involved. Nicole Stone-Byansky is fantastic at everything she does, and Amy McKee is terrific. Nathaniel Cole. So we have a wide variety of people that are part of the core team that keep things moving and going.
So what is your duties in as being an executive director?
Everything.
Everything. You're
Everything.
El
I take out the
Presidente.
trash, charge of
Oh
recycling.
my goodness, you.
I oversee everything that goes on.
How many are in your staff?
It depends on what production we're doing at what time. So it's not like we have a staff.
You have
that
a
just-
crew, a cast.
Yeah, we have a board of directors. As a nonprofit 501c organization, you have to have a
you're
board of directors.
nonprofit, yeah.
And a lot of times, the boards are inactive. In other words, they come to a meeting, but they don't do too much outside of that. In our case, our board has always been very, very active. Vice President Martin Tierney, very gifted, and talented person who's been with us a long time, serving as our vice president and does so many things for us. Heather Case, Regina Gordon, Troy Ganser of TagArt. So
Troy,
we have
I
a
know
good,
Troy. I
we
had
have
him
a
on my
good
show.
number of people that are on the board, very active, very engaged.
Yeah. And you have done many films. Have you had awards for them?
We have produced over 300 motion pictures, and we've won over 300 state, national, international awards in the course of time.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm happy for you.
Thanks.
You're welcome, yeah.
We're looking for a large jumbo storage unit so we can display it. We can't display our awards. We don't have enough room to display them. What a
Not in the
sad-
house,
what a
not in your
sad thing.
house or anything like that, or would you? Do you have your own office, or
We have an office,
Yeah.
yes. We have an office.
is
We have a
it,
large storage
is it
area.
downtown?
No, no, not downtown.
Whereabouts? Whereabouts is the?
It's at a secret location, hidden, where even Batman can't find it. We're northeast, out toward the Georgetown area.
That's more better.
More better.
My
More
English
be-
is perfect.
I'm an English teacher. She's saying more better.
Oops.
Detention after the show.
What are your favorite movies?
I'm asked that
Yeah.
question often. I like every one we've done. Obviously, I wouldn't do it if we
What
didn't like it.
stands out more?
One of our most powerful films of all time was called In Silence. And it's a powerful, powerful film that has a deeply powerful spiritual message of hope for mankind. All of our films have to have some kind of positive message.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we do it through laughter. I mean, laughter is a wonderful, wonderful healing thing.
Yeah.
And,
do you star in most of them, or?
Oh, no. I mean,
some
I'm
of
in some of the films, but I don't star. And I'm
So-
not even in most of them.
So you have a producer, gaff,
We cover all those positions,
cover
yeah.
the crews.
Yeah.
So this is all volunteer, I understand.
Yes,
All
right.
volunteer.
Yes. I keep going to the mailbox every day looking for my first check, and I haven't gotten 10 cents yet.
How do you carry on then? Do you get sponsored or something?
How do we do it?
I don't know.
Donations
Donations.
from individuals.
Yeah.
We get donations from some corporate organizations. We work for money. We do weddings, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, quinceañeras.
What's that?
Quinceañeras, that's when like a Mexican girl turns 15. They have a special party for her, sort of a coming out thing. Beautiful thing, beautiful thing.
Debut?
Yeah, they dress in these beautiful dresses.
Oh, I bet they
Yes,
are.
it's beautiful. And what else we do? Parties, we do music videos,
Yeah.
we do commercials, things like that. So we do those kind of production things in video, or we'll take photography or the combination thereof for people. And the nice thing about it is, one, we've been at this for nearly 40 years. So
Yeah.
we're good at what we do.
Yeah,
And all the time we've done this,
right.
we haven't had a complaint
Oh, no.
for our videography. And in addition to that, we hit all the wonderful highlights. We get all the special, small little details that
Right.
oftentimes people miss and incorporate those in there.
Yeah.
We do it for a lot, far less than most professionals do it because we're not paid. And the money goes directly to support learning for students.
So when
So it's a win-win situation. And then, I'm not done. Oh my gosh.
oh,
In addition to that, since we're a nonprofit 501c3,
Yeah.
it's a donation. So what you contribute for that photography, for that wedding or videography or whatever the event
Goes
is,
back in.
is tax deductible.
hello.
So you're benefiting kids, it's tax deductible. You get a great product to remember all these wonderful things that happen.
So you go to schools, into schools
When we can, we go into schools.
to teach,
When we can.
and you talk about videography and
We talk about all, we have workshops that we run during the course of the year as well, because I teach every day.
so
sometimes we can't get into some schools. Can you come on this? No, because I got a classroom full of students on that day. But
Do you phone ahead of time?
I can't believe it's late. But at any rate,
I can't believe myself either. I'd like to
so
tease
we
you.
run workshops on weekends or in the evenings. Like we do the one called How to Make a Movie, which we have done literally across the country in one fashion or another, and it's been very popular. And we can do in a 2-hour segment or an entire day or more than one, or even in a week, talk about how you make motion pictures and go step by step by step. One of the funniest things that ever happened in that vein is that I got a phone call from this teacher in the LA area in California. He says, "Hi, I'm a teacher and I'm this art teacher and I would like to start a video production movie program for my students in my school."
Yeah.
I said, "Great." He says, "Well, how do I go about doing that?" So we started talking, and all of a sudden I just started laughing and laughing. He says, "What are you laughing at?" I said, "It suddenly struck me. Here you are in LA. You're about 20, 30 minutes from Hollywood, and you're calling this Indiana farm country bumpkin about how to make a movie."
Hello.
So we both laughed. And we've also put this on DVD, so we can't get everywhere, so people can take the 2-part DVD and go with it. And
Do you
learn a lot.
charge
Do we charge what?
people coming in to see your movies?
No,
We
haven't
can't
charged.
mention it.
We haven't charged for the last 11 years, and one of the reasons why is because we've been at IPFW University, and part of the deal is that we can't charge.
Same here.
Now we always tell people that there's no admission charge to get in,
Right.
but then
But it's free will
we have
donation.
Nathaniel, who's this really really big guy, stand by the door. And if you want to go home tonight,
Oh.
make sure Nathaniel's happy as you go out the door. See.
Free will. Are you sure? Okay.
There's another little story, and this is a couple of years ago, and actually it was in 2009 to be exact. We came out with The Boyhood of Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
We spent 2.5 years producing this film,
Wow.
and 2009, of course, was the bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. And we did this film. This film had a cast of over 17,000 people.
Guess.
What did he say? 17,000 people.
How'd
And we did this in association with the National Park Service, with the Federal Judiciary Education Branch of the United States Supreme Court. Say that 10 times backwards.
Did they foot the bill?
I wish. And the DNR of Indiana, Kentucky, and Illinois, the Lincoln Museum here in Fort Wayne, when they were open, Lincoln Museum in Hodgenville, Kentucky, and then the Lincoln Museum in Springfield, Illinois. And we're also in Washington, D.C., shooting all there. We got to shoot in the Supreme Court of the United States. I was like,
Hey.
whoa.
Ooh.
Ooh, us, we're in the Supreme Court. And so we did all that,
Yeah.
which was fantastic.
Yeah.
But anyway, this lady called up, and she said, how much does it cost to get in, sir? And I could tell she was a much
Apprehensive.
older lady. And I said, well, ma'am, it's going to cost you a smile to get in. And she said, well, I smiled really good, but, my husband doesn't smile so good, but I'm going to work on it. I said, that's good enough for me, ma'am. That's good enough for me.
The recent movie that you have done.
Feature film,
Feature
2014,
film.
Street Symphony.
Street Symphony. Let's see a little clip on that. What shall we lead into it, or tell me about it before they put the
Okay,
clip on?
the motion picture was about 2 years in development,
Oh wow!
and it's about dancing.
Yeah.
If you like dancing, you'll like this film. And we have almost 100 dancers in this film, I think.
Wow.
And it focuses on a core group of dancers who come from the ghetto. And they have all the odds against them. I mean, there are people that have a lot of advantages in terms of affording shoes and costumes and dance lessons and being able to travel to places and so on. These girls don't have it. And so they've got to overcome all these odds.
Right.
And they get a coach. They get a coach, the famous Alvin Alley, played
Oh,
by
that's
Stephen
Steve
Manning.
Manning.
Stephen Manning,
Stephen Manning.
who did a tremendous job.
I
at
saw that
Yeah,
show. I
yeah,
saw it. Very good.
very good. Yeah.
Well done.
So shall we roll that?
Shall
yeah,
we roll
let's
it?
roll it.
Let's see what this says. Shows. What we
There
saw.
we are.
Wow. What we saw, was that in the actual movie itself?
Oh yeah, those are clips from the actual movie itself.
Okay.
And the core group, Street Symphony, are very diversified, as you could probably tell.
Yeah.
Nick Aruka, played by Willisha Graham. These girls wrote much of the film.
Oh, did they?
Willisha also was a chief editor in the film. She's the African-American young lady. And then we had Karen, who's from India, and then we had three girls who were from Mexico, and then Sho, who's from Burma, and then two American girls. Yeah. And the blonde girl in there, Kara Heingartner, she's the one who originated the idea for this film, and then everything
She's got a good imagination.
moved from there, yeah.
Very creative.
Yeah. And the girls did their own dance. We had other dance groups in the show, and they were choreographed primarily by professional dance. They choreographed their own. And their choreography was different than most because they started off with each one or each group doing a 30-second dance that was within their culture. So Nick Aruka started with an African dance, and then Cho did a Burmese dance, and so on. And then finally, they all get together. This black cloth is dropped over them. When they come out of this black cloth, they've got these
They're all wearing the
yellow,
same.
gold, sequin costumes on it, and they do this lyrical piece with the lace kind of flowing, you know, and dancing very gracefully, and then all of a sudden the music stops, and they go into hip hop, which is, you know,
Yeah,
very upbeat.
you like, what's your favorite type of music then? That when you did this?
All the music that we use, Windsong Pictures uses,
Yeah.
we either use copyright-free music that we have purchased, we create the music, or we have the permission of the artist to use it. For example, the introduction of this film, the close of this film, is done by a gifted artist named Robin from California.
Right.
And it's the music is called The Light and the Dark, and it's like there are things inside of us that are not necessarily going right all the time, not things outside of us not going right all the time, but we have to become aligned and become spiritually engaged with our Creator, and things will be much better then. So it has a powerful spiritual message of hope. And in the process in the film, one of the girls dies.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I
she
saw
dies. She was in
That
the
made
wrong
me
place at
sad.
the wrong time, and she's a victim of drive-by shooting. And so those things really happen
In life.
in life, and to our people.
So, you have done Native American
Yes.
movies. Tell me about those.
We've done a number of theatrical films. We also did some films that are documentaries. We did one called Native American Sacred Places, another one called Sacred Journey, in which we traveled in all of the states of the Union, and we went to sacred sites
Right.
for Native people.
Right.
And then we took some powerful, powerful messages of hope and words of wisdom from Native Americans, and had some wonderful people, male and female, do voiceovers for these things and put it together. Some of the most beautiful places in the whole country. In addition to those two, we also did Alaska, The Last Frontier Part 1, Alaska, The Last Frontier Part 2,
Oh,
where
I
we
would love
focus
to
in on
see
Native
that.
Alaskans.
Oh,
And Native Alaskans are very open and very friendly, and we've
Right.
been to every part of Alaska with exception of the Panhandle and the Aleutians. When we travel, we make tracks. We really make tracks. We cover a lot of territory in a limited amount of time. When you're in Alaska, you know, in the summertime, it doesn't get dark.
oh.
So we
Light
work
all
20,
the time?
22-hour days.
Oh, my stars. I bet the black flies were bad.
No, not really. Yeah.
Okay, this is finally getting towards the end of the show. You had this man named Mr. Bird. He was an American, Native American.
Arvil.
Arvo Bird.
Mhm.
Would you have him on again?
Oh, absolutely. Arvil Bird has been a good friend. We've done some of his music videos. We've been able to use his music on our shows, and we've been friends for a long time. Very, very good man. Very
I'd like to meet
gifted,
him.
gifted and
Is
talented.
he from here?
No, he's actually originally from Arizona.
Arizona.
He's Paiute and Scottish.
Ah,
He lived in Fort Wayne, I think, upwards of about 10 years.
yeah. Is
And,
he back there now?
he travels all over the country. Travels all over the country.
I should introduce you to a friend who I just made friends with, Matika Wilbur. She's a photographer.
Mhm.
She's going all the way around United States doing photography of Native Americans, telling about their plight and everything like that, and
Outstanding.
with the positive.
Outstanding.
She'll be coming here in November,
Very good.
so I'd like to introduce
I'd
you.
like to meet her.
Well,
One of the
this-
questions we always get is, how do you get involved with Windsong Pictures? And the website they put on the screen, windsongpictures.com, that's a place to get our contact information. Give us a call, send us an email.
Do you have
Just
their phone
by,
number?
Stop by
Or
and
the
see
phone
us.
number?
It's 260-348-5510, 348-5510. Not only do we do films and do we workshops, but we also take children's stories, illustrate them, publish them. That's something we're engaged in. We're
Right.
taking stories from people who lived back in the 30s and 40s, and we're writing and publishing those stories
Right.
for wonderful memories to share. We're also into travel. You want to travel with Windsong Pictures?
I love to.
Contact us. We travel the world.
Well, you know, we have 1 minute left, and I'd like to thank you, Michael Floyd of Windsong Pictures, for
Thank you.
coming on to my show. It was a smashing thing.
Thank you, Patty.
Thank you very much. Thank you. This is Patty Hunter of Patty's Page. Thank you for coming into our little world here, Patty's Page TV show. I'll see you next week, and God bless. I hope to see you again, eh?
Godspeed.